Hey, good morning. So I'm going to talk to you guys real quickly, and I hate that the title's maybe a little bit of clickbait, but want to see if I can get some advice. Been trying out these mulchers. You guys have seen my videos, most likely with the industrial brush cutter, and I was really thinking I wanted to get a Denis Cimaf mulching head, and I decided to go ahead and try a cat mulching head. This is an HM 415C. Because the Caterpillar's just been really good to me, and they're local, and I've had great service with them. But and the reason that I was wanting a Denis Cimaf is really just looking at a lot of the YouTube videos, and the guys that run them seem to be pretty pleased with them and the quality of chips that you get with them. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the Caterpillar, but I thought I'd give them a try again, just because of the service I've had. But we'll just kind of walk you through this a little bit. If you look at the at this model, this has got the carbide tipped teeth on it, and so I'm demoing it. But the one thing about it that I think really kind of changes it up, and it's just blaming on my ignorance, is the door on it. And I believe these machines are made for cat by FAE, if I'm not mistaken. But you can open and close this door, and that really changes the quality of your chips. So if you look around, I mean, this is a demo machine, so I didn't want to really back drag all this in case I got into any rocks. So because I'm demoing it, I just wanted to make sure that I gave it back to them in good shape. So there's some bigger chunks here, but in the areas where I knew there was no rocks, I was grinding stumps. I was just experimenting. And so this is some of the mulch from, I mean, it's basically sawdust from one of the stumps that I ground up with it. Got a shadow there. And then you can also see you've got this fine mulch here. This is kind of some medium chips over here. I'm not sure if I had the door closed or not, but so you can really make some pretty fine mulch with this machine by closing the door. And I guess now it's just I'm trying to figure out if I call these carbide tip teeth, and the others I call knives. I think Caterpillar calls them chisels, and they've got the bite limiter. But the one thing I can say is, like, this is a lot that I showed you guys that I was clearing. It took me about 3 hours to knock all this down with the industrial brush cutter. I'm not even sure if it was quite 3 hours. I might have said it in the other video, but I'll just walk up here. But so everything has been taken down. I took down with the brush cutter, and I just kind of pushed it over into piles with my grapple after I cleared all this out. And it really looked a lot like what's across the road, actually thicker than what's across the road. And so the industrial brush cutter went through here really quickly, cleaned, just knocked everything down. But then I wanted to clean it up a little bit more, and so I was going to grind everything up. And I can tell you that, and Caterpillar told me when they got out here that machine was not the best suited for grinding things up. So the piles that I had piled up, it probably took me as long to grind those piles up as it did to knock everything down with the industrial brush cutter. And but so I went back here and kind of messed around with it and started knocking some stuff down that was already standing. And I just went through it real quickly. And again, this is just kind of quick overdue, or just going over this stuff quickly, and because I don't want to mess the demo up, don't want to grind things up. But I kind of went through here and cleared this out, and you can see how thick it is. And so it goes through this stuff and knocks it down really fast. And it looks like I ground this up a little bit here because I felt comfortable there was no rocks here. So you can clear it out way cleaner than this if you want to. And it didn't take long at all. It really didn't take much longer than the industrial brush cutter. And if you wanted a nicer product, you know, it might take you a few more minutes back dragging and whatnot, and then you're going to get a nicer product, because you can kind of see here's another area where I was sure there wasn't any rocks or anything, and so I did a little back dragging here, and so you've got a nice finished product. But if it were my equipment, I would back drag every bit of this and grind it up better. But again, I want to take care of Caterpillar's equipment, and they've been really good about letting me try stuff out. And I'm trying to figure out if I should demo one with the knives or not. Hopefully, if somebody's watching this, you guys can tell me if what your thoughts are on that. But I can tell you from my experience, when you've got a huge brush pile, this carbide teeth are pretty slow. So slow, in fact, that, like you can see, I'm going to pull some of these out, and I guess I'll just saw them up and burn them as firewood. But because I got tired of sitting here, grinding on them, to be honest with you. But it's easier for me to just saw them up and burn them as firewood. But you can see kind of the bite that carbide teeth's taken. But this was a big pile of brush, and he ground it up pretty good. So I think it's a good machine if anybody is looking for it, and if you're really concerned about being in rocks and stuff like that. But and also, even if you're not really concerned about being in rocks, if you just want something that's going to have longer lasting teeth that will give you a variety of sizes of mulch, I think this is probably really comparable to the Denis Cimaf. And if you had this machine with knives on it, I don't see why it wouldn't be as good or better. But just curious what you guys think, because again, you can see you can get all sizes of mulch down to sawdust. But be curious what you think. But so far, I'm impressed with this. Do want to compare it to one with knives, and like to hear what you guys think of the comparisons. So thanks for watching.